Hello everybody, my name is Jim Sapia. I've been here at the Beacon House for 4.5 years, and I'm sure I've had the opportunity to interact with many of you and had a chance hopefully to touch your life in a positive way. I'd like to share with you just a few things that we're doing at the Beacon House which I think are very exciting, and I think some ideas to help support your recovery moving forward. It was about 2 years ago that I began reading about the culinary or the nutritional component of recovery. And through that, and the advice of a friend who's had 6 years sobriety based solely on nutrition alone, I decided to develop a program. And it was a 4-part nutritional program that started initially talking about the introduction to nutrients, macro and micro, and their role in the body. And then we went beyond that, talked about glycemic index. And glycemic index eating is the process of controlling your blood sugar through eating foods that are low on the glycemic scale. And in essence, it's taking out all the white foods, white sugar, white flour, all those sort of things which can cause a spike in blood sugar, which is a spike in your energy. Often alcohol and other substances wreak havoc with your blood sugar. And so utilizing the technology of a lot of modern practices in diet nutrition, I was able to form a program, and I've carried that into several cooking classes which we do here, which emphasize cooking with whole grains, things that are low in sugar, minimizing what they call simple carbohydrates, which are potatoes, white rice, that sort of thing. And I don't completely eliminate all of those things, as many of you know that you've eaten here. We do splurge a little bit, but for the most part, the bulk and body of the menu here is based on that sort of program. And then that's talking about taking some things out of the diet. And I thought, well, let's contribute something. Let's not make it all about taking things out. So we do a class on superfoods. And this is introducing a lot of items, foodstuffs, supplements that are very, very nutritionally dense. Examples are salmon, which are high in omega-3s, which helps to repair some of the damaged synapses in the brain that can be caused by substance abuse. Also flax seeds, soy milk, spinach, bright greens, those sort of things. And we've developed a whole menu and a whole cooking class based solely on superfoods. One of the things that people tell me about is they're busy and they don't have time to cook, and they eat a lot of fast foods. And I said, well, you know, fast food can also be healthy food. So what I developed for them was a smoothie, and it's a smoothie that has a lot of superfood components to it. We start with flaxseed, soy milk, orange juice, and blueberries. And everybody to hear all this stuff about blueberries and superfood and their antioxidant properties. So we put all that together in a simple smoothie that you can make in the morning, about 10 minutes, and to get your day off to a good start, versus slamming down a donut or a cup of coffee, which once again wreaks havoc with your blood sugar. So that was great. And then continued on looking at, you know, why we eat. What is the impetus behind us eating? Sure, it's for hunger, but there's also a lot of triggers along the way when we look at our diet. And so I decided to do something in mindful eating where we think very carefully about the different types of hunger that we have. Is it just this automatic impulse control when you see something sweet, something that's loaded with sugar or simple carbohydrates? Think before you eat, and that's been a very powerful class. This whole area, as you know, is blessed with numerous trails, miles and miles of trails that offer you very diverse scenic beauty. There can be lots of wildlife. Today on one of our walks, we saw a birthing pup of a harbor seal down there, which was amazing. And you know, whether your thing is walking along the beach or a mountain trail, I encourage you to try that every single day, to get out there. I know that I do. And it's kind of that simple thing about the sunshine creates vitamin D. Vitamin D in our body wards off depression. Depression makes us feel better about ourselves. What better way to support your recovery, feel better about yourself, is to get this free dose of vitamin D. I'd like to share with you some of the successes that I have had with diet and nutrition in my life. As I've shared this story with some of you over the years that you were here at the Beacon House. Anyway, I remember going to San Jose and was attending the Tech Museum. And I remember hopping onto the scale and thinking I was a relatively fit guy. That was the image I had of myself. And here I step on this scale, which measures your body mass index, and I looked down at this thing and it said I was borderline obese. And I thought, boy, how can that be? I thought I was a pretty relatively fit guy. And it was through diet and nutrition that I was able to come from 231 pounds, could barely swim one length of the pool, and run around the block to an individual who just completed his first marathon, 26.2 miles just last month, and this year competing in my first half Ironman triathlon. And I think it's evidence that through determination, through making small changes every day, through diet and exercise, that great things can be accomplished by just making one small change every day. So I encourage all of you to get out there, maximize your health through exercise, look at what you're eating, and go ahead and be a better you. Once again, thank you for the opportunity to speak with you today. I look forward to seeing many of you out there in the community, and I look forward to seeing you happy and healthy and sober.